Jack Wildt.
Jack Wildt and my wife June.
Hello.
Hi, June. And you're old timers in Mariposa.
Probably my mother's parents came here. Well, part of the family was here in 1851.
1851.
I found where they was here up in the Heights Cove area in the South Fork in 1851.
Okay. Your family goes back a ways.
1849. Both sides.
Well, you were here to welcome him.
Yeah. No, not quite. He's a little older than me, so.
But your family was here to welcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did they get along?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah. So there was no hard feelings.
There was
married, just beautiful.
Even though we was raised 5 miles apart. My dad, I knew her dad.
Okay.
But as far as her mother, I do. But part of the family he did because he was friends with her uncle.
So
one of her uncles.
So you have roots that run pretty deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the Gordons. The Gordon family.
The Gordons have a history in Mariposa. The Mariposa gold coin.
Hotel, yeah,
Right.
where they were at,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And
that was her grandmother and grandfather.
that was my grandparents, yes. Nora and Tom Gordon. Hmm.
So,
And they also lived in Raymond, which he drove stagecoach. When President Theodore Roosevelt came to Raymond, he took him to Wawona.
so he was the guy that hooked Theodore Roosevelt up with John Muir.
Yeah, he took him up there. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, Jack, my curiosity is about mining, and you know a little bit about that.
Well, I got started with my dad, underground with my dad. He worked in several different mines.
Which ones?
He worked the Colorado Quartz,
Okay.
and he worked the Rumley mine, and he worked the Buffalo mine, and he was at the Little Wonder mine. The Little Wonder mine first,
Okay.
before he's ever married. That's
Okay.
the first mine he was involved in.
So,
And he was probably the last one to run that Little Wonder mine.
really?
And that's way up in the South Fork. It's on the south slope of the
Is that
south-facing slope of the South Fork of the Merced River.
is that near the Dills mine?
Oh no. Go up to Jersey-Dale, and you can go through Jersey-Dale and you hit Heights Cove Road, and there's a road that goes down. That's where that young man got killed this year. He
Right.
was on that road going down into Heights Cove, but that goes down the river, and the Little Wonder mine is up above where Devil's Gulch comes in.
Okay.
You go out to Savage Lundy, go down the Savage Lundy Trail. Of course, I grew up panning, making a few dollars to spend, working in the creek over there where I grew up, and I sold it to old Buckholt, which was on the corner there in town, and he would pay $27 an ounce, and a Milcher Bogle would pay 26.
Uh-huh.
So you know who got all the gold. So that, that's where I started, but I always had an interest in finding out where it came from.
All right.
I was always interested in that, but the creeks is fine. You're wrong, it's just...
Well, that's the easy goal.
Yeah, in a way it is, yeah. But, and then an old fellow out there in Whitlock, because I grew up, there was a number of them old miners out in Whitlock, and he told me what it took to find gold was a number 5 hat and an 18 shirt.
Number 5 hat
And an 18 shirt.
18 shirts.
Yeah. I don't quite fit. My shoulders, yeah. I wear 18 shirt, but my hat's a little too big.
That's an old miner joke, huh?
That's an old miner.
How come you don't work that mine?
I'm too old.
He's just not able to anymore.
I can't even.
Lots of help here.
I can't even climb a ladder anymore.
Yeah.
And if I was going underground here, well, I'd have to be able to climb a ladder. I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And the boys, they got other things to do now.
They do. They're not going to get rich as gold miners. There's still gold in it.
But if we was to try to permit it now, we'd have to come up with at least 50,000.
Right.
At least. And then look, maybe 5 years down the road, maybe 10 years down the road before you ever got permits.
Let's talk about history and so your grandfather was a miner. Your grandfather was a miner.
Well, he tried mining, but he was more or less they were ranchers.
Okay.
That's on my mother's side.
On your dad's side, though, they were miners.
On my dad's side, but my mother's side they were ranchers.
But some of them worked around the mines too.
A little bit, but
most of them, I think, they were mule skinners.
Mules?
Some of them,
yeah.
Like for underground, they run mules underground.
Well, they did.
Oh yeah.
The holes were that big that they could.
Oh yeah.
They could put a mule in there to haul the ore
to haul
parts
the ore out.
Huh.
Out of a tunnel, out of a long tunnel.
Huh.
Yep.
So that kind of fits in with Wackerman's story about him and his brother taking mules out to the Feliciano mine. Huh. So, but the history of the tradition, your grandfather, your fathers, and you got your start in the mines when you were just a boy.
Just a kid.
A kid. How old were you?
I started panning, I was probably 5 or 6 years old.
Well, that's not really mining.
Well, it is in a way. It was placer miner.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
But you weren't in the tunnels.
I wasn't. Well, I was off and on with my dad. But I did do any work back then.